I'm David Locke.
I'm Ron Boone.
This is On the Floor. That's Ricky Rubio. That's Crowder. Who's over here? Oh, the great John Lucas.
Eric Gordon.
Oh, let's go over and bug these guys. Noel, let's go over and bug these guys. They're not really working, are they? You guys aren't really working, are you? I'm always working. Where'd Ron go? Ron's not participating in the sabotage of Rockets TV. Look at Craig Ackerman. He's got makeup on. Oh, 2 minutes? Oh, 2 minutes and then we can talk. 2 minutes, I thought I had 2 minutes to bother you. Nat's never needed more than 2 minutes or anything. Oh. 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 Yeah. All right. Wellesley saying hi to everyone. We always have fun with these guys. How are you, Booner?
They're a good team to have fun with. These guys, they're like we are, just kind of have fun. Some of them, don't want to.
Watch the beard. They don't want to see us, Noel. All right, there's huge news.
I heard, man.
Huge news.
Well,
No Anderson, no Clint, no Eric Gordon, but Eric Gordon's out here.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's going to play. From what I understand, he's not supposed to play.
I wonder if Eric Gordon's going to change. Didn't they say illness, Gordon?
Yeah, he said illness.
So it seems strange that he's out. That does still mean that James Harden's playing, and it still means that Chris Paul's playing. And everyone talked about the Joe Johnson pickup, but Brandon Wright was a great pickup for them. Brandon Wright was superb in Dallas before not being superb in Memphis.
But he wasn't getting off on the floor.
In Memphis?
No, here.
Right, but he's going to play if Clint Capella doesn't play.
Yeah, but he's out.
Right, so Clint Capella's out, but Brandon Wright's going to play.
Okay.
And so they have Brandon Wright and Nene, and Brandon Wright still is a great rim runner and a pretty good player for this. He's a great player for specific systems. In Dallas, when he was with Dallas on that team before they made the Rajon Rondo trade, he was a force, and now he could do the same thing here is what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's a runner, and this team likes to run. And I don't know if you heard this morning when they talked about how this team runs more after made shots, probably than any team in the NBA, which could be a big deal. As James Harden runs off the floor, does not sign any autographs. There is the great John Lucas.
Yes.
Yes.
He actually is one of our all-time great on the floors.
Yeah. And there was some, a few, I don't know, maybe last month, criticism from a lot of the talk shows and people who talked about the Golden State Warriors when Steve Kerr let the players coach the team, that type of thing. You know the first player to coach to do that?
Who?
John Lucas.
What did he do?
He did it with the San Antonio Spurs. He would stand over here and let the team coach themselves there for a minute.
Was that when he had Dennis Rodman, he didn't want to deal with the team, or is that because he was trying to help the
That's
team?
because he had David Robinson and guys like that didn't need much coaching.
You can either do it you're either going to do it for one of two reasons. You hate your players and you don't want to ever see them again.
Yeah, or you have great players and they don't need much coaching.
I've seen a bunch of coaches figure out how to never see their players again recently.
And how is that, David?
Get fired and cash your checks. We keep seeing that.
Yeah. Well, that's happening a lot in the league, and you're not getting the job done. We think we need to change.
Rockets won 13 in a row. Good.
They're awfully good.
14 in a row, haven't they?
No.
The most cool notes I found all year. Rockets rank in pace of play in the last 10 games?
No, that's interesting. Let's hear it.
Last.
Okay, let's go with this because you and I discussed, I don't know, maybe a couple of months ago about pace of playing fast. Remember this with Quinn Snyder? It doesn't mean that you're playing fast. It just means you're playing at your pace. How did Quinn put that?
Well, Quinn's point is they're playing with pace throughout the possession. They're just not that he'll adjust to 12 because I asked him if he turned into 17 seconds or less as a comment about their pace of play. And so but they're last in the league in pace of play. I thought his reaction to his comment was fascinating tonight, which was I'm not going to change great players. You're only going to play the pace of your best players.
Yeah. Well, I thought what he said was no way to speed up or slow down good players. I thought that was really, really interesting. And you have to think about that a minute to really comprehend exactly, what he's talking about. And the fact of the matter is, hell, you just let them play. You know, and whatever way they're playing that night, that's good. And if they're playing something different the next night and they're winning, who cares?
So I have a funny story to change. Well, you asked a question for the first time all year at a press conference.
I did.
What did you ask? What did you?
It was interesting because I had heard him, and I wanted to make sure that I did hear right from the last time I talked to him, that he does not try to match up with teams. They're good enough, he feels, and he thinks that they probably have every position covered to the point where they don't need to try to match up with other teams. You let them try to match up with you. He said, I'm not going to change a thing. Said occasionally I might do it, offensive defense, that kind of thing, late in the ball game or something like that. If there's a free throw. He said, but I'm not changing anything. So they're good enough right now that if you want to beat them, you got to find a way to beat them because they're not changing anything.
So here's the story I want to tell. I don't know if we'll get a chance to talk to Eric Gordon, who's over in the right corner. But early this year, I had a chance to talk to Eric Gordon, and I said, hey, have you seen Donovan Mitchell? He reminds me of you. Mm-hmm. Like, I think you're his best comp. And I got to be honest, at that point, I think Eric Gordon kind of looked at me like, dude, do you remember how good I was? And I kind of said, he didn't say that. He was really polite. But I said to him, like, dude, I got it. Like, I remember you with the Clips. I remember you coming into the then Delta Center, packing it on a last-second play to force overtime in one of the most awesome singular plays that I've seen. I remember before all the ankle injuries and everything else. And he was like, yeah, maybe he's a nice player. Like, he just – I wonder – I'd love to ask him again. Like, now do you understand that I was complimenting you?
Well –
and Donovan has exceeded – Actually, he hasn't. Actually, he has not exceeded it dramatically. If you go look at Eric Gordon as a rookie with the Clippers post his first 30 games, it's still very comparable to Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, he's very good, and unfortunately, you know, he could be a star and a go-to guy on any other team in the league, getting starter minutes. For the most part, he gets them anyway, doesn't he? But he's just coming off the bench. But he's just assembled with 3 good guards, and that's the way it's going to work for him. But I'm going to have to get up and go do TV. Right. You know, some of us, have to do.
They don't like me on TV. I'm not pretty like you.
Yeah.
I don't try to wear a hat and get away with it, though.
I wasn't going to wear a hat on that.
That's only on the floor?
Yeah.
Okay. That is Boone. I'm David Locke. Should we just go bug the Rockets TV for a quick second, or should we say goodbye? Oh, we said goodbye. You ended it. No, it's fine.